I wanted to make this video a week after the Dear 2025 video as an update, but then the Gnosticism series happened, which you guys want cosmic pluralism videos back. Well, you got a full hour of a topic if you want to watch those videos back to back. I had a lot of fun making it. I don't care about views like that. The only thing that bothers me about making those type of videos and why I haven't done it in 6 months prior to this is that some people have like complete mental breakdowns or start having rage fits or start wishing terrible things in my comments because they hear about an idea or an ideology that immediately makes them frustrated because it's not something that they grew up with or that they know that they're unconsciously attached to. So they just get mad at me that I'm just even talking about it. And this is a perfect transition to today's topic because even though I'm making criticism of other people's behavior, my behavior is very similar here. And I'm going to get very personal. Now, throughout the Aku anime, I've mentioned my father several times. And it's amusing to you guys about the things I say about him, right? Or the things that he'll do. That's funny. Listen, he's very neurotic. He's not a bad father, but he doesn't respect boundaries at all. It's actually so bad that it causes our family to not communicate with him. And I don't know how much of you guys can relate to this, but you know when you're in the same house as your mom and your dad, or mom or your dad rather, and you two aren't on speaking terms? It's like you both avoid going to certain rooms where you two will see each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, your mom or your dad's in the kitchen, you're not on speaking terms, so you just avoid not going to the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? It's that type of thing. It happened so consistently when I grew up. And it wasn't just me, by the way. My mom would also not be on speaking terms with him. The boundaries I'm talking about have been mentioned in older videos where, like, he would be invasive, completely avoiding the idea of privacy, going through my personal possessions. He would do the same with my mom, by the way, going through her personal possessions. And what really aggravated me about it is that, look, I don't have anything in my room or my car or in my life that I'm hiding from you. So when you decide to rummage through my stuff, this guy, my father, somehow ends up breaking things. For example, many times in the past, he would go in my room while I wasn't there, intentionally, because he knows if I was there, he would not go inside my room, right? Because I would say, get out. So he would sneak into my room when I'm not home and then start going through my computer stuff, looking for random things. And then when I would come home, my monitor is broken. The wires on my computer are twisted or ripped apart. Like one time I had a Wii, the old Wii, right? I came home, my Wii was broken. Like, how do you break my Wii? Like, how does that happen? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll sometimes see, like, right now, like, my computer cords would be ripped apart or something. It's like, bro, this is expensive stuff. And my mom would complain about this too. She comes home from a business trip, for example, and her stuff is moved everywhere, not put back to where they were found. Important documents are thrown away, are missing. I had to move out because of this. This is one of the main reasons, at least. When I went back home, though, I had my own living space locked up to prevent this from happening. And listen, another issue with my father is that he has this guilt tripping issue. So like, if I do come home and my stuff is broken, he blames me for it. Somehow it's my fault. It's my fault you snuck into my personal area. It's my fault you did that, broke my stuff, and or left it a mess. How is that my fault? But somehow it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? Anything I would do, he would have some opinion about it, and that opinion would bother me. He would make me feel bad because of this opinion. So like, if I would be driving to certain areas in Brooklyn, for example, he would be like, oh, you know, a lot of Jews live there. Like, bro, oh, you know, that neighbor around the block is a Muslim folk. Dude, you're being weird. It's not even he's trying to be funny. It gets to the point where it's actually his personality. He's genuine. He went on a flight last year and, there was a lot of, I wasn't there. He just told me this what happened. So he came back from a flight to America, and I guess there were a lot of Muslims at the airport, and he was saying that he was scared because Muslims are trying to take over the world. And this is his personality. Some of the things he has said, I can't even share, bruh. It's not something I align with. Yes, people stereotype or are judgmental. Everyone judges to an extent. It's part of your natural instincts to see something and make assessment. Now, if you judge someone and act upon your judgment, that's a different story. You know, I may see something or hear something or read something I don't agree with, but it doesn't mean I'm going to react or make a huge fuss about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just learning how to have peace of mind. You get what I'm saying? So like, In regard to the guilt tripping, he'll make me feel bad for going to certain places or being friends or talking to certain people who are maybe of different ethnicity, from a certain country, or have a specific faith, or have a different job or career that he doesn't really agree with for some reason. I don't know how you cannot agree. Someone's trying to make money. Someone's trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? I had an ex-girlfriend who was Korean. She was from South Korea. And my dad would say wild Asian stereotypes to me personally about her. If I ever mentioned anything about her, he'd be like, those type of people are like that way. Bruh. So this issue is so bad that I've actually had to completely cut him off last year. I blocked his number. I made sure he couldn't even contact me somehow on WhatsApp. Everything is blocked, right? Completely done. We're done. And it was hard to do because this is my father. Again, he's not a bad father. His personality is just, it's not for me. And people don't understand sometimes that the most toxic people in your life can be your own family. But because, they're family, people act like it's okay for them to do things that you're not comfortable with. Like suddenly that makes it slightly okay to tolerate certain things. Last year, I hated this guy. Literally, I would get mad just thinking of him. It affected me so much. I was already going through enough. I can't have this dude interacting with me. So again, that's why I blocked him. Now, about a few days after I uploaded the Dear 2025 video, I felt like I wanted to start things on the right note. Even though I can't get along with him like that, I can't let my ego prevent me from wishing somebody the best or sharing positive sentiments to somebody for the future. Like, I went ahead and I unblocked him. And I sent a text message and I said, Happy New Year. Thank you for everything you've done for me. I love you, Dad. And he replied instantly and said, I love you too. I care about you so much. I wish I could express that. And just doing this made me feel like a bunch of stress just disappeared from me. I feel like being able to put my ego and my anger aside that I have for this individual, to tell someone who I do love that I have to do this from a distance. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I let go of something that was holding me down. And this distance between him and I, it was needed because he hasn't been acting up or acting a certain way since. You know what I'm saying? I still have him unblocked. I didn't just reblock him, you know what I'm saying? But then again, it's been only a week. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Hey, but sometimes you do need to distance yourself from somebody. And once they realize you're doing that, they might start to understand how their behavior affects you. Many people, they don't understand how their behavior affects other people in the moment, but sometimes it takes a while to just be distant and you'll realize that. And if you truly care, or if they truly care or love you, they'll make changes. You know what I'm saying? They'll adjust because now they get it. So I just wanted to share this story and hopefully it might inspire some of you to also consider the same. You don't have to contact somebody from the past and automatically be friends with them or date them again or something. But hey, it doesn't hurt to say something nice or show that you still deeply care deep down. You know what I'm saying? And you have, like, you could just remain distant from that. That's it, for the right reasons, you know? And speaking of this, I was on the other side of it. From the Dare 2025 video, I also spoke about Samantha. And I think everybody besides like 2 people told me to leave Samantha in the past. I see y'all in the comments, like all y'all was saying stuff. Like, something actually interesting though happened. And this relates to the first story. I did talk to her after everything, despite everyone warning me not to, right? We're not dating or anything, but like, she's cooked. Listen, Samantha, she's psyched out. When I was dating her, I told y'all that she had a lot of trauma and from her past, and it was so bad that she needed to be medicated. When she was on her meds, or when her meds were active when I was dating her, she had like very little empathy, very little. She was irritable, explosive anger. She was very rude and hateful. People talk about this all the time. And this happened. I think the word is emotional blunting. I think that's the right term, right? And so people talk about this all the time, though. And this happened to me, too, when I was on my meds last year. You kind of get sociopathic with these meds. You know what I'm saying? Like, they just cut off your empathy and your emotional ranges. And you're very prone to get angry all the time. When I was on my meds last year, I used to get mad at the smallest things. My emotions were either be zombied out, which means have little to no emotions, or just be mad. Those were my two emotions. That's it. So considering Samantha was in the psych ward for most of 2024 and the end of 2023, I don't know what they did to her, but they must have upped up her dosage so much or gave her a specific group of meds. But I've never seen her like this. Like now, she has like no empathy. I remember I said she had little to no empathy. Now she has no empathy. It's like so consistent. It's like flatline, bro. Like her emotions are extremely dull. She's just psyched out. She told me too. She told me recently, like, it's hard for her to have emotions or express them anymore. Like, she's checked out. She's gone mentally. She's fried. She gets mad, like, so fast, too. You can't even really joke much with her. So, you know, I can't do anything about this. You know, if she gets off her meds, she's back in the psych ward, or she's going to try to off herself or have meltdowns. And this is the only way she can function out in society now, to be psyched out like this. And this is another case of having to love someone or care about somebody from a distance. If I just keep trying to, I'm just going to make myself go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Trying to work this out. It's sad seeing somebody in this state, but I feel like one of the starting lessons or experiences I've had to have this year is understanding that I just have to let things go as the way it's supposed to go. Life is going to figure it out itself or do whatever it needs to do, right? And again, if someone really cares or loves you, everything will come back together eventually. Doesn't have to be in the same extent, but you know, somebody will at least appreciate it. Hopefully she enters a normal state of mind again. And with my father, I don't really expect to rebuild anything with him too deep, but the feeling of letting things go was really, I guess I would say it started my year off pretty decent. And you know, I'm going to keep this sort of energy for the rest of the year as well. Like, so many people will be left behind. Like, I just got to, for the future too, I just got to leave some people behind, man. Like, it is what it is. And I know some of us may struggle with this as well. Like, I always have a hard time detaching from people. Before it would be easy for me, but like, since I've been more emotionally vulnerable to people, now it's like hard for me to attach. It's really weird. So, hey, that's my whole update I want to get off. Somebody left a comment on Spotify, by the way. You can leave comments on Spotify. It's interesting, okay? I don't check them consistently, though. But somebody was asking about music. I do have stuff planned this year. It's just a matter of doing it. I do plan to release another project this year, probably before the summertime. Not right before, but, you know, from here to the summertime. So I'll talk more about that as time progresses. Anyway, this episode is found on Spotify and YouTube. Times Square.
Nightmare 7 a.m. in the morning though. No surprise. Times Square's you and I under those lights. No disguise. Don't tell me everything you wanted was a lie. All those city lights, it's an endless night. Never expected you to bring me so much life. Close my eyes too long, then it's time to say goodbye. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Let's dance all night until the stars don't show glow. Till the sunrise, then we go solo. Making up for all the times that we were low. Let's make some memories before we do go. Caution. Wait a moment, keep my heart locked away, it's filled with emotion. Gave the key to you, right in front of you is open. Hey, try your best to not leave it broken. Oh, it's been a while since you know it's frozen.